It's become a regular occurrence for me to have to deal with people who don't necessarily like prog getting into my car. Me wanting to listen to all the prog bands, and then having to awkwardly shuffle through all of my songs and bands that I like and trying to find something that might appeal to their taste. So today I'm making a little list for you guys who have the same issues, or maybe those who just want to get into prog. This is more tailored towards the people who are interested in classic rock in the 70s and 80s in here, as well as some newer stuff that's more in the metal scene. So, anyway, without further ado, here's number one on the list Roundabout by Yes. Now, they probably already heard this song, or at the very least, they've heard the meme, and that's the reason why this is the song I'd recommend to show your friend first. If they're going to hear the meme, then they're going to just be interested in the song already, because a lot of people don't even know the song that meme is from. It's also just an amazing song, and to be honest, I was blown away just by the first couple of guitar notes when I first heard it. And then when that bass drops in, I mean, if they weren't already intrigued, they're going to be by the time that happens. Some people say they don't like the singer's voice a whole lot, but to me, I mean, it's not a weird voice, so I think around the second or third listen, like most people will probably get used to that. A second on the list is going to be Atlas Novus by Scale the Summit. Now we're jumping ahead several decades here, and this is for just this is for those of your friends that don't really care about the fact that this song is an instrumental as opposed to one with vocals. That might turn some people off, but for the most part, it's still gonna make the song recognizable if they ever hear it again, which is definitely a good thing if you're trying to get someone to the genre. It doesn't have anything that's too like heavy or crazy. It's actually got some really beautiful melodic lines as the song goes on. It's probably one of Skeleton Summit's strongest songs in terms of having a good structure to it. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Song number 3 on our list is going to be Tom Sawyer by Rush. Now chances are, if they're the classic rock type of a fan, they've already heard this song. But this is a good song to drive point home that prog bands can indeed have melodic and catchy choruses. First time I heard the song, I didn't even like Geddy's voice at the time. I was really opposed to Rush because of that, but this song still definitely got under my skin a bit. I don't know. If they're any sort of instrument player, they're gonna find something in this song that they appreciate. And if they're not an instrument player, that repetitive little do 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 synth line. I mean, most people are interested just by that little hook right there. It's also just as a guitarist, he's got a really cool guitar solo. But that's just a personal thing. Firth the Fifth by Genesis. Now this is probably definitely the weirdest song on here, I would say. However, if they are an instrument player from any sort of background, it could be classic rock, it could be a classical or jazz pianist. Basically, any sort of musically inclined genre or person is going to find something they can take away from this song and really appreciate. Most pianists that I've heard that intro, anyone who doesn't even maybe even play piano, would still find the intro to be very compelling. As the song goes on, it's got a really nice catchy hook to it that is obviously very important. And if they are a guitar player, it's got a really cool melodic guitar solo at the end. Metropolis Part 1, Dream Theater. This is definitely the hardest song to get into on this list. However, probably my personal favorite on the list. And it's hard not to be. If you're into prog, Dream Theater is the idol for most people who are trying to make prog. And they've been that way ever since they came out 15, 16 years ago now. Did I just say that? 26 years ago now. But yeah, I mean, as the song opens up, the first couple minutes are just really compelling, and they could actually, if the song stayed in that sort of like dun 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 badassery in the beginning, then it'd probably be a lot further up on this list. And but because of the whole break in the instrumental section and the cool prog stuff, and especially when it gets to just the diminished chords, and I believe it's a diminished chord as the song goes on. There's just a lot of riffs. It's a lot going on. Great for someone who likes prog, but a little overwhelming at first. That's why I put that on 5th on the list. I just decided to put it a bit further down here because musically it's a lot to take in, even if it has a lot of really cool hooks and stuff like that. I believe it's also the longest song on this list, so that's another thing worth noting. But yeah, now I'm just going to go ahead and throw in here. I've had personal success getting friends into prog by showing them another song by Dream Theater. I don't want to put 2 songs on the official list, so consider this to be an extra one. and that is The Best of Times by Dream Theater. Now, the first couple minutes, the piano and especially the guitar solo intro, the acoustic guitar is just really, it's just really compelling stuff, and people probably won't forget it the first time they hear it. And if that wasn't already enough for them, then as the glory of prog really shines through, you get this whole change of pace with the guitar and everything, with the guitar playing that, high octave, just I don't want to say shred because it is a riff, but that insane amount of notes in a riff. But yeah, and the song just has great production, which is another major thing that a few of the things on this list kind of lacked, just because they were older. So this song, if all else fails, is definitely one to check out. And especially the drums on it. Oh man, if they're a drummer, they're going to appreciate this one. But yeah, anyway, that's my list. Let me know what you think. I tried to make this as concise as I possibly could have, so I hope I did a decent job. And if you're trying to get into prog yourself, this is definitely a good list to start out, especially if you're into that classic rock and you're looking to move forward from there. I might make one in a couple weeks if you guys like this. That's more geared towards metal and stuff probably from the mid-90s and forward, because there's a whole nother list I can make from there, and maybe even stuff that's come out in the last 5 or 6 years. There's tons of new prog out there. It's a really nice movement we've got going on here. So anyway, let me know what you think. I hope I can make more of these in the future, and thanks.